Hello everyone and welcome back to SkShadow, and today I'm bringing back another top 10, and in this top 10 I'm going to be going over the top 10 best weapons in Call of Duty Zombies, all the way from World War to Black Ops 4. I've decided to include Black Ops 4 in this, so yeah, why not? This is my opinion, so please don't hate. Leave your own opinion in the comments, and if you'd like to influence the top 10s, then there is a link in the description to our Discord where you can get involved in that. We do a lot of discussion on these sort of topics over there. So yeah, well, let's go straight into the number 10 spot. Right, so starting off this list with the worst of the best maps, I've decided to go with Ascension from Black Ops 1. Now, this is a map I'm not really a fan of, mainly because the map is so damn easy. You can just train by PhD and get to round 100, no problems. Jug and a thunder gun, you're done. But the reason I put it here is for what the map actually added to zombies. It gave us PhD for the first time, gave us stamina for the first time, two very, very good perks, although PhD we didn't really see too much of in the future. And then in the Black Ops 3 remastered, where we thought, oh, we're finally going to get PhD, they replaced it with Widow's Wine, so that all annoys me. But the new stuff that it actually gave us, so we had the wonder weapons, obviously we had the ray gun and the thunder gun, we had the Gersh devices, we had the Matryoshka dolls, we had weirdly no double tap, but just all of those things that we got were just very unique to the map. We also had the monkeys that replaced like dog rounds and stuff that like take your perks, you can get free perks from them. That actually introduced the free perk bottle into zombies, and it just gave us many new stuff that we still have now. We still use stamina up in pretty much every map, you'll find it, and that's one of my favourite perks. So that's the thing that I really like. PhD, one of the greatest perks for like explosive weapons and splash damage. People were begging for that in Black Ops 2 a lot, and then when we got it, it was on the wrong maps. You know, for what this map gave us, I put it here. For my actual enjoyment of it, I don't enjoy it. It's too easy. You know, it is a good map, and a lot of people will say it's a good map, but a lot of people will say it is too easy and very boring. So at number 9, I've gone with Call of the Dead. Now, this is a map which is one of my personal favourites from Black Ops 1. This is a very, very, very good map, and it's got a very good like theme to it, because the actual theme is a movie set where George Romero, famous for a lot of horror films, is filming a zombie movie, and an actual zombie outbreak happens, and that is just such a cool setting for a zombie map. It's just very cool. They're somewhere in all like the snow, somewhere up in the mountains, I assume, and the actual map it looks really cool, but there's just too much fog. You're just missing so much. There was a mod one time which took away all the fog, and the map looks absolutely brilliant. But this map also gave us some cool unique features as well. We had the scavenger in this map, and obviously we had George Romero as a boss, which I don't mind him as a boss, although he does follow you around the whole entire time, and he doesn't always attack you. Then you annoy him and he starts to attack you. He can be annoying because he does come back pretty much every other round. This map also has the return of the Matryoshka dolls from Ascension. And the wonder weapon, the VR-11, which is probably one of the worst wonder weapons, but it is a bit of fun to use. So when you have that, you shoot the zombies and they basically turn into actual people that help you shoot zombies. So it's kind of like turned from Black Ops 3 when you double pack a punch. Right, so coming in at number 3, I've gone with Gorod Krovi from Black Ops 3. Now, this is a very, very solid map. It's kind of like an overcomplicated version of Darius from World at War, where in the sense that you have 3 areas of the map and you have to activate 3 things to get pack a punch to open. It's a complicated map, but simple at the same time. So if you're a new player, you could jump on and easily get pack a punch. Whereas if you're an experienced player, you can do the Easter egg as well and still have fun. It's just a good map. Obviously, you got the GKZs, so the Ray Gun Mark III, which was added, which is a very, very, very solid wonder weapon up until about round 50. You obviously have the mounted MG42s in the Pack-a-Punch area, which is just really good. And a lot of new weapons. You had the PPSH-41 come back, you had the Shadow Claws that were introduced, the L4 Siege, the FFAR. Obviously you had the new ray gun. You obviously had a zombie shield. You had the Guard of Fanir, if that's how you say it, I can't remember. And then you obviously had the trials to get some cool buffs and perks and stuff. And the actual like Easter egg is fun as well. Obviously you're there to kill Nikolai's old self, so it's just a map I really enjoy. You can get to high rounds on this as well. A fun map, and obviously it's very unique in the way that you ride a dragon all the way to Pack-a-Punch, which is just it was just a very cool thing when I first did that. So very fun map. So coming in at number 6, I've gone with Doris from World at War. Now this is the best map from World at War, hands down. Obviously it beats them all because it has Pack-a-Punch, and obviously it's not a huge map, it's a fairly sized map. It's got all the perks, it's got some decent weapons, you can't really go wrong. It's the map where if someone wanted me to teach them how to play zombies, that is the map I would say we're playing to teach them, because it has just a little bit of everything. You got wall weapons, you got a box, you have to turn on the power, there's traps, and there's obviously 3 different points to activate Pack-a-Punch, and you can teleport using those, which a lot of maps use in the future. You know, this map has something for everyone. So if you different playstyles, so if you want to camp, you can camp on the catwalk. If you want to train, you can train around where power is. It's just a fun map. You can easily get to high rounds on this, especially on World at War, because only 25 zombies can spawn per round, and it's really just really fun. And obviously you still had the Wonder Waff as well, which is technically a very good wonder weapon, but obviously it does steal your jug when you play on World at War. That game is just riddled with glitches nowadays, but you know, nostalgia hits me hard with this, so that's why I've put it here. Right, so smack bang in the middle at number 5, I've gone with Buried. Buried, a very easy map for a lot of people, but I do like the map. Obviously I like it because it is easy. I know easy doesn't equal good, but I also like the look of the map, how the map plays, obviously all the wonder weapons and cool things you had. You obviously had the witch's house to get to Pack-a-Punch, you had the maze as well you had to go through. You've got an LSAT on the wall basically in the starting room, which is just stupidly overpowered. Obviously you got, what's he called, Brutus, something like that, who helps you along the way. He charges through things and you pick up stuff to build, all that stuff. I believe there's a zombie shield. It's been ages since I've played this map. It would literally be like playing it from scratch again, like for the first time. So, but you had the paralyzer as well. I remember the paralyzer being just one OP thing. If you just sit on top of the bank, just camp there, you would just go high rounds for days. Or you could camp near jug with your trample steam thing, or whatever you call it, and basically your paralyzer or your LSAT or your AN94, and just basically wreak havoc all the way up to like round 100 plus if you really wanted to. This is a really fun map. It also looks good. Obviously you got the western theme, which is something I quite like as well. It is a fun map, very easy. For me, one of the better maps. Well, I say one of the better maps. It is a very good map on Black Ops 2. It definitely is far better than Transit and Die Rise by a mile. And for me, it does solidly sit at this spot on this list. Right, so coming in at number 5, I think I'm losing count. Probably 4 or 5. Whatever number it is, there's a graphic to say. I've gone with IX or 9 from Black Ops 4. Now, I will have to admit, this is actually a good map. As much as I dislike zombies on Black Ops 4, it is a good map. It's very unique. You're in a coliseum where the crowd actually has an influence on your game, so if you're playing good or bad, they either reward you or don't reward you. You've got the 4 different points of the map based on different gods, so you've got a cool wonder weapon, you've got some unique bosses, and it is a good map to look at. It's a bit of fun to play. I mean, I do feel like the whole map is a bit of a maze to get around, especially when you haven't played it in so long. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this map. There's some cool weapons as well. But yeah, I can say it is a really good map, and I'm happy to put it at this middle spot on this list. Right, so next I've gone with Shadows of Evil, and for me this is a complete masterpiece of a map. A very big map, and the first map of Black Ops 3. Now, I like this map. The map is very tedious to set up. Obviously you have to do the 4 rituals around the map, which does take a fair amount of time. It does hold the map back a little bit, but as good as the map is, you can't really complain. You know, it's a cool theme as well. You're in Morgue City, so it's got an old sort of 20s city theme. The characters are cool, they've all committed sins, and the Shadow Man has punished them for it. The Easter egg is cool, where Richtofen takes a summoning key for what they need to do, and it is a good map to look at, a fun map to play, easy for high rounds. There's a very good wonder weapon, the Apothecant Servant being one of the most overpowered wonder weapons in the entire game, which did come back in Revelations as well. I don't really get tired of playing this one. I mean, some people do because of the setup, but I actually find the setup quite fun sometimes, especially when I haven't played it in a while. It's not one I play often, but when I do play it, I really do enjoy it. Right, so coming in at number 3, I've gone with the Ryzen Drac. Now, for me, this is my favourite out of Black Ops 3. This is a very good map. Slightly on the easy side, mainly because of the elemental bows, but obviously you have to put in the effort to get those. It's just fun. I mean, the very simple map. Pack-a-Punch is easy to acquire, the bow is easy to acquire, and then obviously your upgrades. 2 of the best bows are the easiest to get, 2 of the worst bows are the hardest to get, which doesn't make sense to me, but it's fun, and once you got those you can just train for days and go high rounds, and the setup doesn't feel tedious to me because obviously there's 4 different bows you could decide to get, and it's different every time you play it. And the Easter egg is quite fun to do as well. I'm not really one for doing too many Easter eggs in these maps, but this is a really fun map, especially for like high rounds. I find it's really enjoyable, and it is my favourite one out of the Black Ops 3 maps. Right, so coming in at number 2, I've decided to go with Origins. Now, this is debatably the best map from Black Ops 2, but for me, I don't play it a lot, mainly because the setup takes forever to get everything you need. So you need to get a shield, you need to get one of the staffs. You're looking at an hour and a half of gameplay just to be set up and focus on going for high rounds. It is a good map, and they did so much on the PS3 and Xbox 360s to actually get that game to do as much as it did on that map. And it is a very good map, it's unique, and obviously it is one of the biggest maps that game had. And there's not really a lot you can complain about. It is very unique, but for me, I just can't be bothered to play an hour and a half just to be set up, and then if you just get set up, then you die and you go down and game over. It feels like an hour and a half of your life you will never get back. So before I go into the number 1 spot, I want to give an honourable mention to a single map which for me is very underrated, but one of my favourites to play, and that is Nuketown Zombies. I like that map. I don't care what anyone says, I do like Nuketown Zombies. So, you know, the randomness of the perks, it's just really good to just make yourself a better zombie player. So, it is one of my favourite maps. That is probably my favourite out of Black Ops 2. It is a very underrated map, very good map, and I just wanted to give that a bit of a mention before going into the number 1 spot. So the number 1 spot I've given to Mob of the Dead. Now, Mob of the Dead is just a masterpiece of a map. It's got one of the best themes for a map I have ever seen, Alcatraz, and you got the 4 mobsters that try to break out of prison and on Alcatraz, but they're overrun by a zombie apocalypse, and it's just a really good theme for a map. You've got some really good characters, you got some really good weapons in that map as well, and you got one of my favourite wonder weapons, the Blundergat, which can be also turned into the Acid Gat, which I don't like. I don't like the Acid Gat. I normally prefer to Pack-a-Punch it into the Sweeper, which is just absolutely incredible to use. But the actual map just looks good as well. Looks good, you've got some good characters, there's some cool features. So you've got the afterlife where you can go revive yourself, you can go through walls and do some cool stuff. And for me, this is best map from Black Ops 2. Obviously, I think you had the 1927 Tommy gun in that map as well. Pretty sure you had it in there. I can't remember, but it is a really good map, and obviously it made another 2 appearances in other maps. Obviously, there was a part of it in Revelations, and then obviously they went back there for the story in Black Ops 4, which I felt like they ruined the design for it. It just wasn't as good. So, but yeah, Mob of the Dead for me is the best map. It is fun. You can easily get to high rounds training in like the cafeteria area or wherever it is. I can't. One of the rooms, you train in it. It's been a while since I played it. I can't remember what you call all the areas, but it is such a good map, and for me, it is my favorite. And so many people, even with the modded stuff, have done, like, they've recreated the starting rooms. Someone's probably done a whole remaster. That someone's probably done that out there for the modded stuff, and it is just an incredible map, and for me, the best map in Black Ops 2. Right, so that is it for this top 10. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. You can join the Discord down below as well and check the merchandise. There's also a link down there. That's it for this video. I shall see you in the next video.